Hello everybody, and happy Mental Health Monday, and thank you for joining me again for another MHM. So today I'm talking about something that you may have heard me mention before, but I realized I've never really explained it in detail and exactly what I mean when I say that. So I thought today would be a wonderful time to do that. Today I'm talking about meeting yourself where you are at. And it's something that I say often in these videos and in my posts. And what I mean by that really is meeting yourself where you are at mentally and emotionally on any given day. And sort of being okay with where you're at, wherever that is, and not trying to force a change. I mean, we always want to be working towards feeling positivity as much as possible, but we don't ever want to force that. We want feelings of gratitude and positivity and joy. We want those things to occur naturally, or with a little bit of encouragement, but we don't want to feel like we're forcing it, because it's never going to be true, genuine joy, gratitude, positivity, etc. if we're sort of forcing ourselves into that place. And some days it's just not going to be possible, and that is totally okay. And it may not be possible for many, many reasons. You know, you may be dealing with anxiety, or you may be just your diagnosis is really hitting you heavy today, or you may have lost a friend, or a friend may have had a recurrence, or just, general anxiety and stress and anger and any of the other, really intense emotions that accompany a cancer diagnosis, and navigating life after it as well. So when I say meet yourself where you're at on any given day, that's really what I mean, is pay attention to how you're feeling and honor that, and don't try to, gently work towards a more positive space, but be okay with just where you are at today. Don't feel bad or guilty. Don't be hard on yourself for not being in a better place. So there's just a couple of tips, I suppose, that I wanted to share with you to help you to do this, to help you meet yourself where you're at emotionally and mentally, and honor where you're at mentally and emotionally. So the first is to just determine where you are at by checking in with yourself daily. And it's a really great habit to get into, because so often, especially in today's modern world, we end up ignoring what's going on inside because we have so much going on externally. So just taking not even a couple of minutes, sometimes all it takes is 30 seconds to just check in and see where you're at. For me, it usually just happens naturally in the morning when I'm journaling, because where I am at emotionally gets expressed on the page. An awareness may come to you during meditation, or if these things aren't for you, if you don't really do journaling or meditation, then simply take 30 seconds to just close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, and just check in. Just see how your gut's feeling. See if you have, that tension or anxiety, if you can feel it in your chest. If you're aware of what your stress symptoms are, you can see if any of those are going on to help give you clues about where you're at. Usually it's pretty clear where you are mentally and or emotionally. So that's the first thing, is just get into the habit of checking in with yourself daily. Usually in the morning is when I like to do it. But it can be any time throughout the day, or you can even do it multiple times throughout the day, because of course our emotions and our mental state change as our day goes on and we experience different things. So getting in that habit of being in touch with ourselves emotionally and mentally, and just checking in to see where we're at on any given day or in any given moment. The next is, if you find if check in with yourself that you're in a great mood today, fantastic. just go about your day and try to hold on to that feeling and even amplify it if you can by focusing on those positive feelings and the positive things happening to you in your day, and finding moments to feel gratitude, finding moments to look forward to things and feel joy, thinking about your loved ones, thinking about your pets. But if you check in with yourself and you find that you're not in a really great space, mentally and or emotionally, then I urge you not to push yourself through it. And it kind of comes back to what I was saying before, in terms of controlling, trying to control or trying to force that more positive space. So don't push it down and just power through, basically, okay? So try to avoid that, because that's a popular instinct, or a common instinct, I should say. And I know that was the case for me, and I think it's especially true of those of us who are people pleasers and who tend to put other people's needs before our own. We think, oh, it doesn't really matter how I'm feeling today. I have people who are counting on me and things that I need to get done, so I can't deal with this right now. And that's really only going to make how you're feeling worse. So the best thing that you can do is that honor bit. And that's honoring where you're at and acknowledging it and not ignoring it and not trying to push through it. And I mean, like, you will have lots of, you're still going to have things that you need to do in your day regardless of how you're feeling. But don't try to push it away. Don't try to power through. Just continue to be consciously aware of how you're feeling, and because we don't want to make it worse, right? And really by pushing it down or powering through, we're really only going to make our mental and emotional state worse, because it's just going to sit there heavy on us. So honoring that emotion by acknowledging it and staying aware of it over the course of the day, so that you can see how it's changing, hopefully for the better, over the course of the day, and you're not simply pushing it down, ignoring it, and powering through. So those are my first few tips for how to meet yourself where you are at, how to even do that. And next week I'll offer a couple of other tips for how to, if you are finding that you're in a negative place when you check in with yourself, how to sort of gently move yourself into a place of more positivity without feeling like you are forcing it or trying to control it or push it or anything like that. I hope you guys all have an absolutely wonderful rest of your Monday. Thank you for joining me for another MHM vlog. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can do that just by clicking the little Solis link, and make sure to check out all the other videos I have available on the channel, whether it's meditations or EFT tapping or interviews, or of course my whole library of Mental Health Monday vlogs. You can check them all out on the channel by clicking on playlists. Thanks once again, guys, and happy healing.